Hello children, hope you all are fit and healthy. So I want everyone to take out chapter 9, that is pronouns. So today I am going to teach you pronouns and kinds of pronouns. Now children, what are pronouns? Pronouns are words that replace nouns. Like example, I, me, she, we, they, who, that, yours, his, her, it, etc. A pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun when we do not need or want to name someone or something directly. If we say repeatedly the name of a person then or a thing then or animal, then it doesn't sound good. So we should use pronoun. Like for example, in the poem you can see Jack and Millie came to tea. Jack is he and Millie she. And little Susie, well, that's me. So the red letter words are pronouns. Now the kinds of pronouns. In your grammar, there are 8 types of pronouns. So the first one is your personal pronouns. Now personal pronouns stand for 3 persons. The first person, the second person and the third person. Now the first person is I, we, me, mine, us, ours. The second person is you, yours. The third person is he, she, it, him, her, hers, his, they, them, theirs. Now children, pronouns like I, we, you, he, she, it, they are used in the subject position in a sentence. And second one, for example, pronouns me, us, you, him, her, it, them is used in the object position in a sentence. And you should know that it and you are used both in the subject as well as in the object positions. Now third case is what? Pronouns like mine, ours, yours, his, hers, theirs are used to show possession and are called possessive pronouns. We use a possessive pronouns when we want to refer to a person or a thing and to say who that person or thing belongs to or is connected with. Now, the second kind of pronoun, that is relative pronouns. So what are relative pronouns? Pronouns like who, whom, whose, which, that are called relative pronouns when they are used to join sentences. Now the following table shows the use of relative pronouns. Now who? It is used for people. Now in the example it is given, the woman who called yesterday wants to buy the house. Which is used for things and animals. Did you see the letter which came today? I love the puppy which is jumping at the kitchen. Whose? Used for possession of people, animals. He is a man whose opinion I respect. She is the student whose handwriting is the best in my class. Whom? Whom is used for people when the person is the object of the verb. Now for example, the author whom you criticized in your review has written a letter in reply. That is used for both people, things and animals. Like for example, the girl that we met in France has sent us a card. We live in a ground floor flat that backs onto a busy street. Do you like the cat that is sleeping underneath the table? So this is all about the relative pronouns. Now third one is your demonstrative pronouns. So what are demonstrative pronouns, children? Now demonstrative pronouns are the words this, that, these, those. They are used to point out the things and persons they refer to. Like for example, that is a beautiful house. This is what he is charging. These were made by me. Everyone remembers those days. So, these are all demonstrative pronouns. In the slide, more examples are there. You can go through it, children. Then the fourth one, interrogative pronouns. What are interrogative pronouns? Interrogative pronouns, for example, who, what, which, whom, whose, are called interrogative pronouns when they are used to ask questions. For example, who painted this picture? What does he do for a living? Which is your pen? Which of the dessert did you have? What did you wear? So, these are all interrogative pronouns. Now, you should know the usage of which, what, who, whom, whoever, and how to use in a sentence. Like, for example, which. When you have a limited choice, what is used? For asking for general information. Who? When asking about a person and name. Whom? It is used when asking about a person or name. Whoever, used for emphasis instead of who in question, typically expressing surprise or confusion. Now whoever is also used to emphasize a lack of restriction in selecting one of a definite set of alternatives regardless of which. Like for example, whoever could have done this? Can whoever leaves last please look into the matter? Can whoever leaves last please lock the door? Whichever one will you choose? So this is all about the interrogative pronouns. Now reflexive pronouns. Reflexive and emphatic pronouns are they are used to reflect. Now first one is your reflexive pronoun. The words myself, ourselves, yourself, herself, himself, itself, themselves are called reflexive pronouns. So reflexive pronoun is used as the object of a sentence. It is the same person or thing as the subject in the sentence. For example, the baby saw itself in the mirror. Anu cut herself with a knife. The madman was talking to himself. So this is all about the reflexive pronoun. That means they reflect the pronoun. That means the subject. Okay. Now emphatic pronoun. So sometimes reflexive pronouns are used for emphasizing, and they are also called emphatic pronouns. Like I myself wrote to him. He himself called the police. They themselves wanted to break the agreement. So note that an emphatic pronoun is not an essential part of a sentence, but as you can see in the sentences, they can be omitted, children. They are used to say something forcefully. Like I had to do it all by myself. She has to finish herself. So you are emphasizing that you have done it. So this is all about emphatic pronouns. Now the distributive pronouns. So what do you understand by distributive pronouns? The words each, either, neither, everyone, everybody are called distributive pronouns. They refer to persons or things one at a time. They are always singular. Like for example, they were given a rupee each. You could buy either of the books. Neither of them was present in the meeting. Now, distributive pronouns are pronouns that describes member of a group, person or thing separately and not collectively. That means we are speaking only of one person or thing. Okay. Now, distributive pronoun is always singular. Just keep it in mind. Now, examples are each, every, either, neither, as I told you. Now, here are some examples. Everyone loves flowers. None of the four answer is correct. Neither of the newspaper is English. So, this is all about distributive pronouns. Now, next one is your indefinite pronouns. Now, indefinite pronouns, like for example, the words one, none, all, some, nothing, something, nobody, few, anybody, any, are called indefinite pronouns. They do not refer to anything or person in particular. That means they do not refer to any definite person or thing. They are also called quantifiers because they denote quantity or amount. They tell us about the amount or quantity in a sentence. One must love one's country. Somebody spoke to me on the telephone. All is not well with him. Nobody is going to help you. So these are all about examples of indefinite pronouns. Now, as for your understanding, it is used to indicate entire noun or some of the noun or none of the noun. Used when we want to refer to group of nouns without actually specifying who or how much it is. Now, like for example, somebody, someone, somewhere, anybody, anything, anywhere, no one, nothing, everybody, everyone, everywhere, few. So these are examples of indefinite pronouns. Now, last one is your reciprocal pronouns. We use reciprocal pronouns when each of two or more subjects is acting in the same way towards the other. For example, the words each other and one another are called reciprocal pronouns. We use each other when two persons are involved. We use one another when more than two persons are involved. Like, for example, Mary and John gave each other gold rings on their wedding day. Ram and Meena were talking to each other in the halfway. We give each other gifts during the holidays. The students congratulated one another after giving practice speeches. The kids spent the afternoon kicking the ball to one another. So, these are examples of reciprocal pronouns. You should know that there are only two reciprocal pronouns. They are each other, one another. So it is very easy. Now I think all of you have understood the 8 kinds of pronouns. And for your better understanding, children, just go through this chapter, read it, then you will be able to understand properly. Thank you, children.